Hello everybody, it's Tom and Jerry Fan 64 here, and it's now time to do a video that I've always been wanting to do since I'm a huge fan of Disney. So I'll be doing my top 20 favorite Disney movies of all time. But before we get to the top 20 list, I do have an honorable mention, and that going to Old Yeller. This movie could have made my list, but there was 20 more that I wanted to include. So yeah, and on Wednesday, hopefully on Wednesday, I will do a video of the top five or top 10 worst Disney movies. One of my least favorites. So yeah, at number 20 is Invincible with Mark Wahlberg. This is a really great movie, a really great sports movie. And I was gonna count the Mighty Ducks in this video, but I decided not to. So yeah, and I'm gonna do this quick. Number 19 is James and the Giant Peach. This is a very underrated Disney movie. The reason why it's not higher on the list is because there was more I enjoyed more. There were some I enjoyed more. At number 18 is Brother Bear, one of the more underrated Disney animated movies of all time. It's one of the greatest ones. It does have its fair share of problems, but it's a really great movie. I think the sequel is even better. But I will talk about Brother Bear 2 when I do my favorite direct-to-video sequels. So yeah, at number 17 is a movie that a lot of people don't like, but I enjoyed it, and it's a movie starring Vin Diesel called The Pacifier. This is a really underrated movie. I kind of like this. I don't know if I like it more than Brother Bear, but I still think it's a really fun movie. It's basically is about a Navy SEAL who has to babysit children, basically, when the mother goes away for work. So yeah. This was a pretty amazing movie. It's not anything amazing that will pop out at you, but it's a really good movie. So yeah. Number 16 is a movie that you probably are saying, why isn't this movie higher? There's more I like more. Number 16 is Pirates of the Caribbean, the first movie, The Curse of the Black Pearl. This was a really great movie. It's one of the first Disney movies to get a PG-13 rating. So yeah, this is a really great movie. It's one of the best movie franchises that Johnny Depp has been in. It's probably the best movie that Johnny Depp has done, in my opinion, anyway. So yeah, at number 15 is another movie you're probably saying, why isn't this higher? There's 14 other movies that I enjoyed more than this, and number 15 is The Fox and the Hound. I hope I don't get dislikes for some of the movies that are lower on this list, but there are some I enjoyed more. So yeah, The Fox and the Hound needs no introduction. It's one of the greatest Disney movies, one of the more underrated Disney movies. So yeah. At number 14 is The Chronicles of Narnia, The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. Another one of the greatest movie trilogies, and I've always hoped that they made a fourth one, but I really wish they made a fourth one. But unfortunately, Walden Media lost the rights after the release of the third one, The Voyage of the Dawn Treader. But I'm not counting the third one because it's by 20th Century Fox. But I decided to just add the first one. The second one is also great. I used to think the second one, Prince Caspian, was better than the first, but now I'm starting to think the first one's better. This is probably one of the more underrated movie trilogies of all time. At number 13 is The Great Muppet Caper. This is a I'm a huge fan of the Muppets, if you guys didn't know. Really great movie series. So yeah, The Great Muppet Caper I don't like as much as the first one, speaking of which I'm going to be talking about next. The Great Muppet Caper is actually a Jim Henson movie, but I'm counting this along with the Muppet movie. So yeah, and speaking of the Muppets, at number 12 is the Muppet movie. You're probably wondering, these are not Disney. Well, I'm counting them on Disney because they're on Disney Plus, so I'm definitely going to count these because they're Jim Henson, and most of their movies were released by Disney. So I'm counting these as my favorite Disney films. These are really, really great movies. The first two are really, really great movies. All the only Muppet movie not to the only two Muppet movies that were not released by Disney were The Muppets in Space, which was released by Columbia Pictures, I believe, and The Muppets Take Manhattan, which was released by TriStar Pictures. So yeah, at number 11 is another movie that you're probably wondering why isn't it higher on the list. I just don't like it as much as other people, but I still love it a lot, and that is number 11 is Beauty and the Beast. This is a classic movie. I'm definitely gonna rewatch this movie soon. It's definitely one of the more rewatchable Disney films. So yeah, even though there's one character in the movie that I absolutely hate, and I know a lot of people would agree with me, I really disliked the character Gaston. So yeah, I will try to review this movie pretty soon, along with the other films, even though I will even review Belle's Magical World, even though I despise that movie. And I do have to watch the 2017 live-action remake, but yeah, we're getting off tracks, yeah. Number 11 is definitely Beauty and the Beast. It definitely needs no introduction, just like all of these movies on this list. Most of them. At number 10 is The Santa Claus. This is probably my favorite movie that's based on Santa that I've ever watched. It's a movie that I watched on Christmas 2020, and this was a great movie. I think I watched it last year actually. This is a great movie. A lot of people consider this a Christmas movie, and I do too. But I can watch this any time of the year, even if it's not Christmas. I still watch it. And the two sequels are also really good, but not as good as the first. At number 9 is a definite classic, and that is Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. Really, really great movie, and I'm actually really excited for the new movie called Shrunk, which is going to star Josh Gad as the son of Nick Grokowski, I think. And not only is he starring in it, but Rick Moranis is coming out of retirement to play the character Wayne. Actually, the character Josh Gad actually plays the character Nick Solinsky, and in the new one, Rick Moranis is playing the father, is reprising his role. But I hope it gets released, but it's been delayed numerous times. So yeah, I really enjoyed Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. The two sequels are not as good, but they're great. They're really good though. But the Honey, We Shrunk Ourselves was not the greatest. So yeah, at number 8 is another movie you're probably saying, why isn't this movie higher on the list? But there's a lot more movies. There's 7 more I enjoyed more. But number 8 is The Rescuers. I'm not counting The Rescuers Down Under. I would have counted that in the video. I'm going to count that as an honorable mention, actually. So yeah, The Rescuers is a classic movie. It took me a while to watch it. I watched it last summer, and this was a great movie. So yeah, definitely a movie that needs no introduction. At number 7 is The Aristocats, one of the greatest movies about cats that I've seen in my life. And I'm a cat lover, if you guys didn't know, and I'm also a dog lover. So yeah, I'm gonna do this quick. So yeah, number 6 is 101 Dalmatians, the original. This is definitely one of the greatest movies about dogs. Great movie. Of course, I'm talking about the original 1961 movie, not the 1996 remake, which I still enjoyed. I'm probably going to do a video of my favorite live-action remakes, and I will talk about Cruella more when I do my favorite live-action remakes. So yeah. And the only 101 Dalmatians movie I didn't like was 102 Dalmatians, but yeah. At number 5 is The Jungle Book, the original 1967 film. One of the greatest Disney movies ever made, and it's a really, really great movie. So yeah, at number 4 is Dumbo, the original 1941 version. I think this is from 1941. Please correct me if I'm wrong. Dumbo is a really great movie, and please don't hate me. Call me crazy. I actually liked the Tim Burton remake of Dumbo from 2019. So yeah, Dumbo is a really, really great movie. I've watched this movie twice in a row. So yeah, and here's the top three, guys. Here's my top three favorite Disney movies, and they're some of the best ever made. At number three is Aladdin, the original. This is another movie that I enjoyed the live action remake. Call me crazy, I actually liked the 2019 remake of Aladdin, even though it wasn't as good as the original. But the original Aladdin is one of Robin Williams' second best performances after Mrs. Doubtfire. Aladdin is a classic that needs no introduction whatsoever. Ignore the noise in the background. And at number two, the top two best movies in my opinion that are on my top two list. Number two is Mulan. This is a movie that I watched a long time ago. It's a part of my childhood, definitely. But I finally rewatched it during summer of 2021. And Mulan is definitely my second favorite. And in Durant Cinema, if you're watching this, you're gonna like these last two movies on my list. This is actually Durant Cinema's second favorite Disney movie. So yeah. At number one, I know Durant Cinema, if you're watching this, you're gonna like my number one favorite. At number one, the best movie that I've ever watched by Disney, period, is none other than The Lion King. One of the greatest movies ever made. Definitely one of the best Disney movies ever made, and it has a great song by Elton John called Circle of Life. So yeah, this is a great movie, and I have the VHS of it. I'm planning on getting 2 more copies of that movie. So yeah. I did not mind the 2019 remake of the the Lion King, but it wasn't the greatest because they copied a lot of stuff from the original. The Lion King 2 Simba's Pride was not very good. It was not that great. But The Lion King 1.5 was a great movie, so yeah. The Lion King needs no introduction, and again, I apologize for the noise in the background. So yeah, that is it for my top 20 favorite Disney movies of all time. And just to let you guys know, this is my personal list. I know you guys might not agree with all of them, especially on The Pacifier, but these are movies I personally enjoyed. So yeah, that is, anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed my top 20 favorite Disney movies of all time. Guys, comment down below, should I do the top 5 worst Disney movies? I'm considering doing that on Wednesday, or maybe Saturday. I'm probably going to do it on Saturday, most likely, because on this Wednesday, I'm going to be reviewing the new West Side Story remake from 2021. So yeah, anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed my top 20 favorite Disney movies of all time, in which, like I said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you're generous enough, please consider leaving a like on this video, and subscribe, it really helps out, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye everybody, adios.